Hey, it's week 4. Let's talk about football. What's up, world? My name is Shira Duncan, and I'm here to introduce to you my show, Pass Interference. It's an NFL talk show with a little bit of twist, and ladies, I'm doing this for us. Every week, I'm going to talk about the world of football, the highs, the lows, the ins and outs, as well as a little treat for you, the fantasy football husband of the week. We're going to see the man behind the number. And every week, I'm going to teach you a lesson in football, from penalties, offsides, safety, you name it. So check me out every Wednesday. Hello, world. Welcome to week 4 of Pass Interference. Again, it's me, Shira Duncan. So let's go ahead and get into it, all right? We're going to start out with the Thursday night game. All right, Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, oldest rivalry in the NFL, 35-14. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns, and the defense just smacked up Mike Glennon. He had 8 turnovers in the last 4 games. So many turnovers that now they have benched him, and they're replacing him with Mitchell Trubisky. Now, in this game, there was a major hit from Danny Trevathan, and he hit Davante Adams. And if you watch this game, it was crazy because he was already being tackled, and then Trevathan comes in, knocks him out. You see the mouthpiece fly out of his mouth and knock him unconscious. Like, it was really scary. It was definitely one of those hits that makes the NFL so dangerous, and one of those things that they talk about, that, you know, the movie Concussion talked about. Luckily, he's okay. Nothing to report, but at the same time, though, those are the hits that we got to stay away from to keep these guys healthy and to keep them playing week to week. All right, now let's go ahead and get into Sunday's game. We're going to start out with the Saints against the Dolphins. Now, that was another London game that was early Sunday morning, and the score was 20-0 with the Saints pulling that out. There's nothing much for me to say, but during my rant later on Stop the Cleats, we're going to talk more about the Miami Dolphins and their quarterback. Tennessee Titans played Houston, Texas, 57-14. Their quarterback is just off the chain. Watson had 4 touchdowns. I mean, hey, I think Houston's got something going on here. We'll see. It's still week 4. So, again, I don't like to gauge too much. About week 6 is when I'm going to start making the real calls on who I think is going to go the distance. But Houston, I see you. All right, let's do it. Jacksonville Jaguars at New York Jets. 20-23 in overtime. Jets pulled it out with a field goal at the end. It was a great game, exciting. They fought till the end, and the Jets prevailed. All right, now my game, this game was crazy to me. Carolina Panthers against the New England Patriots at home. They beat them by a field goal. Like, I don't know what's going on with the New England Patriots right now. I just feel like, I think maybe we hyped them up, or maybe they're just getting old. They're just starting to get old. You know, it's like a flare. You light a flare and it's so bright and you can find your way through the dark. But then after a while, that one flare is going to fizzle out and you're going to need a new one. And I think that's what's going on with the New England Patriots. Oh my goodness. 33-30. Definitely a great game for Carolina. Definitely see that Cam Newton is back after his surgery and him kind of just having a slow start this season. He had 4 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. He was not playing any games. It was a great game. It was exciting. But it's crazy for New England to lose at home. They're one of the couple of teams this week that lost at home, but we'll get to that. Detroit Lions at Minnesota Vikings, 14-7. It was a great game. Matt Stafford, he is just on it. I mean, definitely feel like the Detroit Lions are a complete football team this season. Only time will tell, but I can see them continuing to do really good things, okay? Buffalo Bills at Atlanta Falcons, 23-17. This was a crazy game, a high intense game, but they pulled it out. Buffalo's defense definitely made some stops, but in the defense of the Atlanta Falcons, they did have 2 injuries. Julio Jones went out, as well as Mohamed Sanu, so those were some big major players for them, and they got the L at home, which always sucks. Always sucks. And I even heard from people that went to the game that the Buffalo Bills fans were in the building. There was blue everywhere. So that always kind of sucks too, especially being at the hometown when the visiting team has more fans. But that's a win enough for you. Pittsburgh Steelers at Baltimore Ravens, 26-9. Le'Veon Bell had 2 touchdowns. As you see, Antonio Brown this week, I was a little upset he wasn't getting the ball like he wanted to, or basically he was wide open to receive the ball and he didn't get it. But at the end of the day, they still prevailed. They pulled it out 26-9. Cincinnati Bengals at Cleveland Brown, 31-7. Now, I did say that I felt like Cleveland will be better this year, but they're just showing me that they're still the same. and they still got a lot of work to do. And Dalton had a wonderful game, 4 touchdowns. I mean, the Ginger can do it. And he definitely is a good leader for his team, and he's got some weapons to get there and go to, so that's what he does. And Cleveland just keeps dropping the ball. And my heart goes out to you Cleveland fans. I mean, that's all I can say. Go Browns. Maybe one day. All right, LA Rams at Dallas Cowboys. Again, another hometown team that lost at home. 35-30. Now, this was a crazy game, crazy offensive game. Now, Dak Prescott and Jared Goff were both drafted last year. So this is their sophomore year. Now, Jared Goff was #1 draft pick last year, and I can't remember exactly where Dak Prescott was, but he definitely prevailed in his first rookie year, and Jared Goff did not. Now, the difference now is that Goff has so many weapons and so many places to put the ball that you can definitely see the difference. And having Wade Phillips as a head coach, you can see the difference as well. He's definitely put some structure, discipline into this football team. And you know what? They can maybe do something. They can go far. Jared Goff looks way better under his leadership, so we'll see. Dak Prescott still is phenomenal. There was one great play where he broke the tackle and sent it down the field because that's what he does. He's so young and agile, he can do that, twist, turn, and all that good stuff. But hey, they didn't prevail and lost at home, which sucks. So again, that's like team number 3 losing at home. Philadelphia Eagles and LA Chargers, again, 26-24. They lost at home again. Philip Rivers, though, 2 touchdowns. Wentz had 1 touchdown. The crazy thing to me about the Los Angeles Chargers is they're not a bad football team, but they just cannot finish. They can't finish the game. It's like they lose gas at some point in time, and I don't know. They're going hard, and they get tired, like this loud, or get like my flare. It's bright, and then it just goes away, kind of like a firecracker or a sparkler. There it is, a sparkler. Oh, it's so cool, and then it goes out, and you gotta light up another one. But by the time you light up another one, it's too late, and that's what happens, and they get the L. Okay. New York Giants at Tampa Bay. The Giants, man, 0-4. At least they're able to put points on the board now. They were having a hard time putting points on the board. Score was 23-25, so it was a close game. But again, they're just not finishing. It's like, I'm not exactly sure what the disconnect is or what's going on, but I think it may have something to do with the coach. I don't think the coach is going to last if they continue to keep playing like this, but that's just my opinion, but we'll talk about that later. All right. Oakland Raiders at Denver Broncos. 10-16. Now, this game, Denver's defense is still awesome. And they came out with all the intensity. And again, this is a rivalry game. But at the same time, the offensive line of the Oakland Raiders, they are not protecting their quarterback. And for the last 2 weeks, he's been getting sacked more than usual. And this week, he got hurt. The backup EJ Manuel is going to be starting. I feel like he has what it takes to keep the momentum going, and we're just going to have to see. Looking forward to week 5 against the Baltimore Ravens. Indianapolis Colts, Seattle Seahawks, 18-46. I don't know what happened to the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday night, but I think that they were still in Indy and did not decide to show up to Seattle. The defense from Seattle was stellar, making great stops. And honestly, I feel like they were just punking the hell out of the quarterback for the Colts. I'm not sure how many times he got sacked, but Wilson had 295 yards with 2 touchdowns. That was awesome. I think that is what they needed to get their momentum up because Seattle was looking a little sketch here in the last few weeks, but I think this is the momentum push they needed to go ahead and get them through the rest of the season. Monday night's game. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about that, all right? Washington Redskins and the Kansas City Chiefs. 20-29. Now, coming out the gates, Washington definitely put the points on the board. They came out strong. But you know what? This Kansas City Chiefs team, they are a team to look out for. They are the only undefeated team now. They're 4-0. And I like them because they don't quit. They don't quit. They don't let it get to their head. Kind of like how the New England Patriots used to be. No matter how far down they were, they always were able to keep themselves together, especially Brady, and pull it out. Alex Smith is definitely showing great leadership this year. I think this is his year. I think he's wanting. He's hungry. He wants it. He's got a great rookie running back that's doing great things. They're trying to get it. They're the only team right now that's 4-0, It's still early, but still, that says a lot. They're number 1 in the AFC West. So we're just going to have to keep seeing what they do. Ain't nobody talking about them. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the Kansas City Chiefs. They're doing wonderful things, and we're going to have to keep an eye on them. You never know. This might be their year. This just might be their year. All right, now that we have gotten through the week 4 of football, this is my new segment called Stop the Cleats. In this segment, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you how I feel about a certain thing, which this week is going to be the Miami Dolphins. What were you thinking? $10 million. I hope you got $10 million saved up. Jay Cutler was the worst idea for you. I'm not saying that. Probably a lot of people feel like Colin Kaepernick probably should have went to Miami. That probably wasn't a good look either. But Jay Cutler, like, that was so dumb. Like, are you kidding me? He's not doing anything for your football team, and he's a horrible leader. $10 million. You could have gave me $10 million. I at least put up a couple of touchdowns for you or something. Jay Cutler, so dumb. Stop the cleats. Now it's time for my favorite segment of the show, the Fantasy Football Husband of the Week. Yes. Ladies, we're going to look at the man without the pads and behind the numbers. So this week is old cutie pie, Adrian Peterson, number 28, New Orleans Saints. He has the dimples to die for. I know, right? Isn't he cute? He's absolutely adorable. All right. His birthday is March 21st, so he is a Pisces Aries, and he's 32. And hands off, he's mine. Well, this week he's mine. You can have him next week, but that's my boo, Adrian Peterson. He's so cute. So cute. Okay, so now it's time for the lesson of the week. This week's lesson is going to be NFL overtime rules, okay? So both teams get an opportunity to have possession of the ball at least once, unless the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown on its first possession, okay? So whoever gets the ball first, their goal is to score a touchdown, game over, that's it. Now, if they get a field goal, then the other team gets a chance to go and score a touchdown or a field goal. Now, the NFL changed the time this year. It used to be 15 minutes. Now it's only 10 minutes for the safety of the players. So they don't have as much time to get the win like they did last year. But I think it's for the best for the players. It keeps them safe. And I don't think we'll have any draws this year with the time being 10 minutes instead of 15. But as you see in the game, the Jets pulled it out in overtime. They got a field goal. I think it was probably like a minute left or maybe less than a minute left. They got the field goal, no time left, game over. But the goal is for the team that receives the ball, you want to score a touchdown so the game will be over. Thank you for watching week 4 on Pass Interference. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next Wednesday. They're going to be starting Mitchell Trubisky. Just have to go with that.
Your name done with
Your name is hard to say. For real. But anyway, on with the stats. No, just playing. All right.
DG.
Receiver dropped it. Not exactly who their receiver is. Okay. Let me do that one over again. Who that receiver is?